buy them?
Not for that much.
Now, fortunately, we didn't get any more reports of scalping, but some people might be sorely tempted to start scalping 50-50 tickets. A few moments ago, though, they announced they ran out of the 800,000 50-50 tickets they had on hand. They rushed 50,000 more tickets right down here. Will they be enough? Will these people get them? Hey, we're all waiting to find out together. A little quick math, 850,000 50-50 tickets at $1 a pop is $425,000. And that's just for the 50-50 winner. Hey, it gets better, folks. Stick with us at Ghouls, won't you? Ryan Snoddon is here. We're going to have lots more fun. Hey, Peter and Debbie, I got to send it back to you, but we can stay here all night.
You might. We will be back to you, Zach. Thanks so much. Well, from millions up for grabs to millions being invested, the federal government announced big news for the Placentia area today.
Yeah, a $5.2 million contract has been awarded to build a new Coast Guard Communications Center in Argentia. Here now's Mark Quinn has that story.
This building was built by the U.S. military more than 75 years ago. It was built to be bomb-proof, but it wasn't built to be a marine communications and traffic services building for the Canadian Coast Guard.
Since launching the Oceans Protection Plan last November,
politicians and federal officials gathered here today to hear local MP Ken McDonald say this old building's days are numbered.
Today, I'm very pleased to announce that our government is awarding a $5.2 million contract to Can-Am Platforms and Construction Limited for the construction of the new Canadian Coast Guard facility here in Placentia.
Roger, sir, have all that fine. And what is the status of your patient? They are still the same, over?
The center here answers distress calls from ocean-going vessels and monitors shipping lanes to ensure collisions don't happen and boats stay on course. There were 22 of these centers in Canada until 2015, when they were reduced to 12 facilities across the country. The St. John Centre closed and consolidated with this one, but federal officials say it had no impact on the quality of operations.
As far as I'm concerned, the consolidation was successful, and we have had definitely no degradation in our level of service to the client whatsoever.
The two new buildings will go in this field in front of the old building. Construction is expected to begin this fall, and the buildings are expected to be fully operational by 2019. Mark Quinn, CBC News, Placentia.
Well, to Texas now, where officials say the number of deaths linked to the historic storm in that state has climbed to at least 30. And they've confirmed they found a submerged van with the bodies of a family of 6 whose vehicle was washed away Sunday. The number of people needing financial help is also on the rise.
There have been 210,000 registrations for individual assistance, and FEMA has already approved more than $37 million in individual assistance.
After stalling over the Gulf of Mexico, Tropical Storm Harvey made landfall again early today, this time heading east from flood-ravaged Houston towards Louisiana. Dramatic rescues continue. In this one, a TV news crew pulled a driver to safety from his truck as it swept away. Meanwhile, at least 32,000 people remain out of their homes. As you can see here, a bowling alley is among the more than 200 makeshift shelters that have sprung up across Texas.
The images out of Houston are as stunning as they can be heartbreaking. Flooding is changing the city and making some areas almost unrecognizable. You need to see it to believe it. These are before and after images out of Texas, highlighting the absolutely devastating flooding that parts of the state are experiencing. Highways and streets have become rivers in only a matter of days. We will have more coverage of the flooding disaster in about 35 minutes.
Let's get back to this province now. Larry Young's family says the search for the missing man is over. The 47-year-old was last seen on August 5th on the west coast of Newfoundland. Police, local search and rescue, and friends and family have scoured the St. George's area, but now a relative says the family feels the search has become a recovery mission. The RCMP say the investigation is continuing, and anyone with information about Young should get in touch with them.
Well, a 40-year service for seniors is up on blocks in Happy Valley Goose Bay. The Friendship Center's van is broken, and the group is looking for the funds to buy a new one. Here now's Jacob Barker has more.
won't start.
It's an important vehicle here, but for the past couple of weeks, seniors that count on the van have been out of luck.
It has to be replaced. There's no way we can use this van.
Last year, the van went out of service as well. A new motor cost about $3,500. Now with its new problems, another costly repair seems pointless.
It's just putting good money into short-term gain, and it's not worth putting all that money into it.
Well, the van is a cheap way for anyone over the age of 50 in the community to get around. It costs between $4 and $8 depending on where they're going, and it's a lot cheaper than the other options.
I've been using a taxi.
Rose Pomick says it's important for the service to be up and running, especially for those on a fixed budget.
We already know, the disadvantages of living here, that there's Happy Valley, and then there's Spruce Park, and then the airport, and then the wharf. And you really need a car. And if you're too old to drive, or you just don't have the money to buy a car, it's quite hard.
The center has close to $10,000 raised so far, but they need another $20,000 to $25,000 donated.
Even if we did get more donations, that could go towards the operation of it and the upkeep. So it would be great if there was anything that we could get.
Until they get the money raised and a new van bought, seniors like Rose will have to find other ways to get around or stay home. Jacob Barker, CBC News, Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Well, it's an unexpected gift, but one that the community of Port aux Basques will gladly accept.
Ontario-based company Safeguard is donating $100,000 worth of work towards the town's swimming pool.
Gary Beach, on the right of your screen there, with Recreation Director Robin Noseworthy, is the man behind the donation.
Now, he was on vacation in the province when one night at dinner he spoke with some local people about the state of the Port aux Basques pool.
He visited the facility and decided the work his company does would be a good fit. Now he's in town doing the job, and it's a big one, resurfacing 13,000 square feet.
Beach says the East Coast has been good to his company, so he's doing the work as a charitable donation.
Yeah, Beach says you gotta give back something in life. It's great to see.
Well, we're here live at Chase the Ace in the Goulds, obviously, and what a day it's been. It's a good thing that it's been a good day because it's been a 4 to 5 hour wait to get to this spot in line. Coming up, we're going to talk obviously about your weather forecast, and we're going to meet some of the folks that have been standing in this huge line all day long. That's coming up. Welcome back to the Goulds, and we are here for Chase the Ace, and the crowd is getting a little rowdy here because they know that somebody's walking away with a big chunk of money tonight. It's been a pretty nice day here. The clouds have been off and on. The northerly wind, you can definitely feel it, and that's helped to keep the temperature comfortable, I think, for everybody standing in line today. Let's have a look at your highs today across the province, and you can see where we did top out around 18 degrees at YYT. We did get to 24 in Badger today. The hot spot, Happy Valley Goose Bay at 27 degrees. Now look at current temperatures, and you can see where we have started to cool off across places like Bonavista, just at 15, still at 18 degrees in St. John's, and it is still 27 in Happy Valley Goose Bay. Lab City at 22. I hope you folks enjoyed it. That is a big, big difference from what you're going to be seeing tomorrow. Let's have a look at the satellite and radar picture. Note as we back out here, the system that's off to the east of the island. That's what's been throwing a lot of cloud cover over the Avalon and the Bonavista Peninsula today. But we've been getting into this little dry punch here, which has been clearing out and giving us some sunshine. But that big ominous low off to the southwest, that's what's on the way. And as we look at the future tracker and put it in motion for tonight, you can see where the clouds building in across the island. We're going to be seeing, certainly some mostly cloudy skies to start the day across the southern half of the island. Partly cloudy skies for everybody else. Temperatures ranging from 10 to 7. Low-lying areas of central will get a little bit cooler than that. Rain underway in Labrador City at 6 degrees. Now, as we move throughout the day tomorrow, that rain continues in Labrador City. It's actually a pretty quiet day for the rest of Labrador. On the island, we're going to be seeing rain marching in from the south. This particular model we're looking at, I think, is a little early on that rain moving in. I think it's closer to supper time that rain starts to move in across the Burin and the Avalon Peninsulas. Although I should mention, there is some disagreement with that, obviously. You can see this model here bringing it in a bit earlier. So we'll keep you posted on social tomorrow through the day. Highs tomorrow, actually we'll run you right through the evening. You can see where that rain will then spread right into central, and then we'll talk about your highs tomorrow, which will be a little bit cooler. We're talking about highs in the metro region near 17 degrees. Winds in from the northeast, so wouldn't be surprised to see temperatures become a little bit cooler mid to late afternoon as that northeast wind really continues to punch in. Highs then across the region for tomorrow. You can see where I think Fairyland is closer to 15 or 16 along the southern shore. Bonavista, Twillingate, again, northeast wind, you folks know the drill. Get yourself inland, 18, 19 degrees, and we're going to be warming up a little bit. 21 to 22 degrees for Grand Falls, Windsor to the Humber Valley and towards the west coast. And there you can see into the southeast parts of Labrador, 16 in Happy Valley Goose Bay. Labrador City at just 6 degrees. That's your high tomorrow. That will basically be the temperature through tomorrow evening. Temperatures drop there tomorrow night, and there's the possibility of some wet snow mixing in by Friday morning. We'll talk more about that coming up in your long-range forecast. So today, what a day it's been here in the Goulds. We got here around lunchtime, and myself and Anthony Germain said, okay, well, one of us has to stand in line. So he's the new guy, him, obviously. So we walked and we walked and we walked, and we met a lot of interesting people in the line. Have a look at us getting in line with Mr. Germain.
The weather for you today, is it perfect temperature?
It's
a little
lovely.
Warm?
It's really good.
Okay, you're welcome. Some sunglasses there for you. And make sure you take these little pieces of plastic off.
Oh.
There you go. Now you're really looking good. Now, what are we selling here?
Chocolate bars, that's all we have left, but we had chips, popcorn, and water and Pepsi.
And you sold out?
Yep.
Twice? Twice. Wow. So we're heading to the back of the line. It feels like we've been walking forever just to get there.
That's true.
How you feeling?
Well, as a newcomer to Here and Now, I have to say I really resent being voluntold that I have to get to the back of this line, because the lineup right now, I'm told the wait is about 2.5 hours, maybe 3.
I think we gotta go this way? Which way? This way? Look at that.
Yeah. The world's second largest pilgrimage today.
I think you need some sunglasses though. We'll hook
Do
you up.
ya?
Yeah, you gotta protect your eyes from the UV rays. Very dangerous.
Oh, you want to give me?
Yeah, absolutely. We got sunglasses. We got a T-shirt.
Woohoo!
So today's already your lucky day.
Might be my lucky day.
Yeah, you don't even need to win.
Don't put it on the nose for Jesus' sake, will you?
Can we butt in line? No? Please?
I'll sell you a spot for $100.
$100 to get in line.
I'll do 50. I'll do 50.
50 to get in line here.
What about you?
No, he still wants to go. Good luck.
I called in sick.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And so what do you want to say to your boss? If you win...
I won't be back.
Oh my. This isn't the end of the line. That's not the end of the line. I don't even know if that is the end of the line.
You
Teddy,
know,
can you see that?
I never should have left the morning show.
Okay, here we are. How long did that take?
That was at least...
It's 1:42.
45 minutes?
45 minutes.
So this is the end of the line.
So it took us 45 minutes to line up.
Right.
But I'm sure it's going to be just the same to get to the front of the line.
Okay.
45 minutes.
I really wish I hadn't lost that coin toss with Debbie. All right. So
I think it might have been rigged.
You think?
Yeah, I just...
Now you tell me.
Just so you know. So, as you saw on the tape there, it was 1:45 when Anthony Germain got into line. It is now 20 after 6, and Anthony Germain is still not here. We told him, yeah, you'll be fine. It's a couple hours, maybe 2.5. 4.5 hours later, he is still not here. I'm hoping that he is going to make it because, well, he has my cash and my ticket chances. So anyway, we'll keep you posted on that through the show, and we'll be back obviously a little bit later with your long-range weather forecast as well.
Waiting 5 hours in lineup. Now they have finally reached the promised land, about to get inside and get their Chase the Ace tickets, and we're about to be right back with the biggest story in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, in order to pull off 44 weeks of Chase the Ace, you need the right people in the right jobs.
Yeah, St. Kevin's Parish seems to have excelled at that. They've had lots of time to figure it all out, especially in the choice of Carol O'Brien. She's been the public face of Chase the Ace. Let's go back now to Gould's. We're here now. Zach Gowdy is live. Zach?
Yes, thanks, guys. We want to talk about Carol O'Brien, but first, there are people who've come from far and wide to be here. I'm here with Marie and Karen. Marie from Bishops Falls, their daughter Karen has come all the way from Vancouver Island.
Oh, yay!
You've come home to all of this, Karen. What do you make of Chase the Ace?
This is just awesome. It's amazing, all the people here. It's crazy.
When you're away for so long, you're sort of watching your home province from afar. I don't guess that you sort of picture this sort of scene.
No, hearing this on the radio, you didn't know it was like it until we were here.
Well, I'm glad you got to experience it, and good luck tonight.
Thank you. I'm sure I have the winner.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, for people to have such a good time like that out here, it really takes a crew of committed volunteers, and we know they have that here at St. Kevin's. I want to say a thanks on behalf of the CBC NL crew to every single one of those volunteers who have shown us so much hospitality since the beginning of this whole thing. But of course, the person that we all associate with Chase the Ace, the captain of the ship, is Carol O'Brien. And as you can see, we have a very special t-shirt for our team tonight. Carol is, of course, the queen of Chase the Ace, and earlier today, we presented a little token of our gratitude to her. Excuse me, Carol. We got a surprise for you. Hey? Hey? A nice resemblance.
Oh yeah. Except I didn't have red on. I don't think. I must. Oh, that was my orange night. Yes.
The gold is like the aspirational.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, what do you like?
Thanks for all your hospitality to us through all of this. This is for you on behalf of the CBC crew.
Thank you so much. I put it on, but you know how warm I get. Oh, I'm gonna have to get one of those shadow boxes and put it on my wall.
Thanks for everything,
Carol. See you later.
Cheers.
Okay. You bless those for me. Oh my God.
Carol O'Brien, like many of the volunteers at St. Kevin's, has been on that table in that very chair every Wednesday for the past 44 weeks. We really all owe them a debt of gratitude for all the fun that we've had on this great ride. Hey, don't go away. More Chase the Ace is coming up on Here and Now. Reporting live in the Goulds, I'm Zach Gowdy. What's it like here this morning? Everyone knows it's the last day.
It's good, you know, it's nice but it's sad. Like, I mean, it's so, you meet so many people and it's been awesome. I really like it.
What's going to be what will be your biggest memory of this summer of Chase the Ace?
I've met a lot of new friends. You know, we're going to miss it all. I mean, we get together in the mornings, we get together in the evenings, and it's just like this big old garden party.
A lot of fun. It's like big
People
family here.
watching.
Yeah, it's great.
Got a hot cup of tea. We're good for a while on the quilt.
Got our coffee, and right after this, we're making it to work.
Hopefully, don't tell our bosses we're here.
And welcome back to the Goulds. We're here at Chase the Ace, of course. And yes, coming up on 5 hours after we dropped Anthony Germain in line, he is still not here. We're thinking he's coming in around the backside of the parking lot right now, but we'll try and get a hold of him, obviously, before the end of the show, and hopefully he gets in there before things close up at 8 o'clock. But it's been a long day for these folks standing in line. The good thing is it's been a nice day, and as we move forward over the next few, unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. We're kind of turning downhill as we move towards the long weekend. Let's have a look at your weather forecast over the next couple of days. Looking at the satellite and radar picture, you can see where the clouds have been clearing out across the Avalon and northeastern Newfoundland through the day today. Increasing clouds across the southwest parts of the island, and backing things out, you can see that that system, it is coming in from the south at a pretty good clip. We'll build the clouds in a pretty good hurry tonight through the overnight hours. Taking a look at the future tracker, the wind direction is going to be key here over the next day or so. Look at, you can see St. John's and the northeast coast into the northerly winds. Even to start the day tomorrow, they become a little more pronounced from the northeast into the afternoon, and that's why temperatures really are going to be quite limited in terms of how warm we can get. 20, 30 kilometers per hour, that is about it in terms of what we'll see from sustained winds, but some gusts upwards of 40 to 50 kilometers per hour. Temperatures 17, 18, and 19 degrees. Get inland and we'll be into the low 20s. Labrador City to Nain, single digits. And just wait, it gets better. Have a look at the future tracker. And over Labrador City, that is wet snow mixing in for Friday morning over Labrador City, Wabush, and even possibly Churchill Falls to see a few wet flakes mixing in there. Rain Friday morning over the northeast coast. Bit of a dry punch coming across the island through the day. Rain pushes back in from southwest to northeast through the day, though, so any break won't last too long, and overall, while we may see some sunny breaks, there's a pretty good chance of showers for most of the island on Friday, with temperatures in that 17 to 19 degree range, 6 to 10 degrees across Labrador. Now, Saturday, and you can see where scattered shower chances lingering through the day on Saturday. Again, some breaks in there. You can see this model showing a bit of a break early Saturday morning. Can't guarantee that, but certainly I don't think it's a full-on washout through the day, but you can see where winds will certainly be coming in from the northwest as we move into the afternoon. Now, Labrador clearing out nicely on Saturday. That's the good news. 14, 15, 16 degrees and 12 to 14 degrees across the island. Now for the rest of the weekend, watch as that low pulls away. Rain moving slowly but surely off the to the northeast. Area of high pressure comes in, and so Sunday is definitely the pick of the weekend at this point.
If I could have everyone's attention, please.
It's going to be really hard to talk over her, so maybe I'll let her talk.
Attention, please. The last of our 50-50s are now at the table. When they are gone, there will only be Chase the Ace tickets left, and we will be converting all tables to Chase the Ace. So the last of the 50-50 are at the tables. God bless anyone who manages to get one, but that's it. We're talking about 850,000 tickets, and then we're converting to Chase the Ace.
Okay, you'd never try and talk over Carol. So there's the area of high pressure that's coming in for Sunday, and if you're lucky enough to win the 50-50 tonight, Sunday will be even better for you. Looking at the low moving in from the west for Monday, and so yeah, the weekend at this point kind of starts and finishes unsettled, but some sunshine in between. And we'll look at that 7-day trend, and you can see where we are going to be talking about Sunday okay, Monday showers moving through but in a hurry, and Tuesday, Wednesday looking at sun and cloud with temperatures in the low to mid 20s. As we look into Labrador, we are looking at Saturday, sun and cloud mix into Sunday as well. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, temperatures into the teens with some rain on the menu. Now, my camera guy Teddy, I'm not sure if you can see Anthony Germain anywhere in this crowd. the best part is he was supposed to be here with me for an interview by now. He was supposed to have his tickets in hand by now. Is he? Is he here? So I'm hearing that he's close, and so we'll hopefully be able to get a chat with him about what it's been like in line all day today in just a few minutes. Or is he close enough, guys, that we can talk to him? What's that, Roddy? I see him. I see him. There he is.
I couldn't believe it. It's
Listen,
unreal out there.
I told you 2.5 hours. I didn't
Yes.
say give or take 2 hours.
Yeah, I hope you're more accurate with the weather than you are with the time it takes to walk somewhere. Oh my God. It's more like chase the aches. It's like 5 hours out there. It's really, really a long time to be out there.
TV's really hard.
TV's much harder than radio, that's for sure. But
what's it been like?
Well, up until now, it's been really, really good. People are singing, good mood and all that. But I got to say, there's a sense of tension in the line right now because people are looking at the clock and they're saying, Jesus, boy, if I don't make it by 8 o'clock, a lot of people will be angry with me, right? So there is some tension out there, and also every now and then there are people who are butting in, and it gets ugly, right?
Really?
Yeah. No fisticuffs yet.
Yeah.
But I hope things stay as civil as this whole thing has been. But behind me, the lineup where I am, I think I'll just barely make it in here.
Yeah.
But the lineup behind me, Ryan, goes on forever. And
Really?
I'm not. I think some people are clinging to false hopes they're going to make it here by 8.
Yeah.
I hope it's not too many people, but I think there's going to be, just as there's going to be a lot of happiness and excitement tonight, I think there's going to be a lot of disappointment at the end of the line.
Yeah.
A lot of people, my goodness.
Well, you've been in line for 5 hours, and everybody's saying 5 hours to get to the door. So if the line is any deeper than you, then yeah. So
fortunately, I've got my here and now catheter, so it hasn't been so bad. Yeah.
What's the most interesting thing you saw in line today?
I just saw Elvis.
Really?
I saw Elvis, which I thought was kind of surreal. And really nice little kids selling stuff. And they're all naturals on television. But by and large, what's really impressed me the most is how civil everybody has been. Up until now, there's a little bit of tension right now. Fortunately, I've got a CBC person holding my place, so...
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So what did you do for food and water and bathroom break?
I actually, this morning, I made a bunch of peanut butter sandwiches.
She almost got it.
Did she call you Snoddy?
Snoddy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I made some peanut butter sandwiches, of course, the official food of reporters on assignment. Brought some nuts and bought some water along the way. I didn't think it'd be there that long, so sort of. But anyhow,
Yeah.
I guess I should head back.
Well, you don't want to lose your place again.
Not for 5 hours?
No.
This is all your fault.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, breeze.
Welcome to Here and Now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I should have joined ages ago. It's good for the shape. Anyway, I'm going to...
All right. We'll talk to Anthony in a little bit. And
54 minutes.
4 hours and 54 minutes to this spot. So obviously we're going to have continuing coverage from Chase the Ace here tonight. We're going to go back to Zach Gowdy in a little bit. And of course, don't forget the big Facebook feed live, the draw live on our Facebook page, and of course the YouTube channel. Lots more to come from here in the Goulds.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Did Anthony say a Here and Now catheter? He did, didn't he?
He
Live
did.
on the air. Okay, we're going to have to talk. Anyway, it's wonderful, wonderful to hear. Time to introduce you to our young athlete of the day, Samson Reynolds from CBS, 2.5 years old.
Yeah, Samson is in his first year playing with the Timbits soccer, and he's on the English Toffee team. Congratulations, Samson. You are our young athlete of the day. Well, Hurricane Harvey continues to flood areas of Texas, causing major misery. We'll get the latest in about 3 minutes. Welcome back to Here and Now. The forecast is improving in the Houston area and floodwaters have started to recede, but the devastation is obvious and many residents are still in crisis situations. Lindsay Duncombe has the latest.
In an instant, bystanders become lifesavers, here creating a human chain to reach an elderly man trapped inside that van. He's safe. Safe, too, this bundled infant, just 1 month old. Everywhere, stories of rescue and relief.
I know by the time that I got out of there, it was up to my chest. So it was pretty bad. You know, I think it's catastrophic for everybody in Houston.
When we was out there on that roof, Sunday and Monday, that water was coming in so fast. And then we got rescued on that bridge, and they tell us that bridge has collapsed since.
There is tragedy, too. More than 30 deaths are being linked to the storm and its aftermath, including a mother who escaped her car with her 3-year-old, but the water was too much.
Apparently the infant was clinging to her in the water. They began to do life-saving measures, were not successful. They weren't able to resuscitate her. The baby, we're told, however, was alert and conscious.
Cruelly, Harvey made a second landfall last night, hammering suburbs east of Houston, flooding this shelter. Never has anywhere in the U.S. seen so much water. 1.3 meters fell, and much of it remains.
There's still some significant threats out there. People are going to want to start going back home. Please don't. There's a lot of live wires, there's a lot of things out there, so we don't want any more tragedies.
As skies clear, thoughts begin to turn to cleanup and rebuilding. Federal officials say more than 200,000 people have applied for financial assistance. The full scale of the loss and the work ahead is just beginning to emerge. Lindsay Duncombe, CBC News, Washington.
Well, the financial cost of Hurricane Harvey is estimated at $30 billion so far. Kim Brunhuber went to one community assessing the storm damage and trying to figure out what's next.
It's pretty heartbreaking to come home and find this.
After the hurricane hit, Annetta Adams says the contents of her home looked as though they'd been churned by a giant washing machine. The water came...
Every one of those houses had 5 feet.
Her family has lived on the island of Port Aransas for 5 generations, almost 150 years, she says, and nothing like this.
This is your 3rd hurricane now. Is this the worst you've seen?
Yeah, it is.
Port Aransas is near the spot Harvey made landfall as a hurricane. Now the island is lined with downed poles. They have weeks of work ahead of them to get all the power back. Mobile homes have been disemboweled, businesses trashed.
We lost everything. The flood water came in about 11 feet from the bay.
His coffee shop is being fixed up thanks to his customers who answered a call for help on Facebook. But for others, there's little left to fix.
Not too good.
77-year-old George Mills built this house in 1954, but the hurricane moved it a couple of feet sideways. This street sign isn't for his street. He has no idea where that cactus came from, and his deck, it simply floated off.
We've had it in the family all that time, so we got to move on.
Be prepared to wait.
Jack Smythe says one side of his house is cracking apart, but when he called the federal agency that's spearheading relief efforts,
they denied our claim.
So he's packing up, getting out now before things get worse if Harvey returns, perhaps to claim the other half of his house.
Your house is about to fall apart and you're laughing.
What else would you do? I mean, why would you wallow in sorrow and everything? I mean, you gotta be happy. Otherwise, if you're not, I think that you'll end up dying, in self-pity.
Kim Brunhuber, CBC News, Port Aransas, Texas.
Well, it's nowhere near as serious as the flooding in Texas, but more rain is in the forecast for Windsor, Ontario. More than 1,000 basements have flooded in Windsor and Essex County following 2 days of record rain. It's forced businesses to close and seen motorists abandon their cars. Some roads have been resembling rushing rivers. The city's 311 phone system is experiencing extended delays because of the sheer volume of calls. Well, critical questions are being raised about the quality of mental health services in Canada, especially for young people. That comes with the release of statistics from 5 of the largest provinces. Health reporter Vicadopia has the story.
When she was just 12, Kimberly Rutledge struggled with something that just wasn't talked about.
I didn't understand what I was going through. I didn't know what mental illness was. I didn't know how or when I needed to access help.
What began as an eating disorder took control of her life. Treatment finally came, but it wasn't with her regular doctor.
So I had to go to a walk-in, and I was diagnosed and given medication within 15 minutes of meeting this doctor.
It's the most common way young people in Canada first access mental health treatment, according to new numbers based on actual patient data. Alberta leads the way with about half of 10 to 14-year-olds going to emergency. For 20 to 24-year-olds, Ontario had the lowest rate of follow-up with a doctor within a week.
No one province performed universally badly or universally well.
The study's co-author says the numbers verify that everywhere, treatment for mental illness and addiction lags behind other essential health services, such as cardiovascular or cancer care, but it's no less critical.
If your issues are detected early and you have access to high-quality care early in the onset of your illness, it literally changes the trajectory of the illness and changes the trajectory of your life.
In some provinces, help comes too late. People in their 20s in Ontario were much more likely to die from addictions or mental illness, and Manitoba's rate of suicide attempts for older teens is almost double that of other provinces.
We see a lot of people who are struggling, and especially young people.
This Manitoba emergency psychiatrist says the report raises critical questions about access to urgent mental health care.
Another factor is that Manitoba has most of its care resources centralized in Winnipeg, and we know that people in the northern part of our province really do not do as well.
The 5 provinces covered account for almost 90% of Canada's population. Still, the authors are hopeful others join in the future to more accurately reflect the actual state of mental health care in Canada and find ways to improve it. Vicadopia, CBC News, Toronto.
On August 31st, 1997, much of the world came together in grief and disbelief. Diana, the Princess of Wales, had died. 20 years on, she continues to hold her magic. To mark tomorrow's anniversary, Prince William and Prince Harry made a quiet visit to a garden dedicated to their mother. Nala Ayed has the details.
The awkwardness of publicly marking the anniversary of your greatest loss. But such is the expectation, 20 years after celebrity ultimately claimed Diana's life. Her sons used the eve of to echo that painful memory, and in the lead-up, to speak openly about their youthful grief.
When you're that young and something like that happens to you, I think it's lodged in your heart and your head, and it stays there for a very, very long time.
Of course, little could be quite as awkward as teenagers made to walk behind their mother's coffin, trying to keep emotions in check before the eyes of millions.
I think that was the hardest thing, is that walk. It's a very long, lonely walk. But again, the sort of the balance between me being Prince William and having to do my bit versus the private William who just wanted to go into a room and cry that he'd lost his mother.
Also awkward for the princes then was the outpouring of emotion.
I was like, well, you didn't even know her. Why and how are you so upset?
What is it beyond the celebrity, the whole Diana drama that keeps her top of mind for the rest even now? There's that signature public show of empathy, often since emulated and still appreciated in a routinely indifferent world.
Diana was a very important person. She gave the royal family a human face.
Now, in an era of social media and mass vigils, she also endures unmistakably in how the public grieves.
I think that Diana's death marked a sea change in British society. We changed from being the stiff upper lip society to being a trembling lower lip.
Like her own awkward confessions to fragility, her short life revealed a people's princess, deeply flawed and human, still tragically fascinating and hard to forget. Nala Ayed, CBC News, London.
A massive wildfire in northern Manitoba is threatening 3 First Nations communities. They are about 600 kilometers north of Winnipeg.
The smell of smoke is everywhere. Ashes are falling.
3,700 people are being forced out of their homes. Some residents are being bussed out. Others are being ferried by boat or flown by plane to Brandon and Winnipeg. They are being put up in local hotels until it's safe to return. The fire has grown to an estimated 15,000 hectares. It's one of 130 wildfires burning in the province. Most of them are in the north.
The Prime Minister was in Moncton, New Brunswick today to talk about a deal with the province on daycare and early childhood learning, but he also planned a visit to Miramichi. It's home to one of the pay data processing facilities linked to the troubled Phoenix pay system. For 18 long months now, thousands of public servants have been getting the wrong paycheck or no paycheck at all. Today, Trudeau was asked why the problem still hasn't been fixed.
Unacceptable that people be working hard, particularly public servants, and not being paid what they're owed. This is a situation, unfortunately, we inherited from the previous government that we are working extremely hard to fix. There's still a lot more work to do, but I am extremely grateful for the incredible work being done by the excellent folks at Miramichi.
Well, the U.S. is sending mixed messages about the latest missile launch from North Korea. The Secretary of State has hinted at possible direct negotiations, but the president tweeted today that talking is not the answer. North Korea's state broadcaster showed pictures of the launch today. The rocket that was fired over Japan traveled about 2,700 kilometers. It's said to be capable of carrying a nuclear warhead. The North's leader suggests more launches will be coming, but the UN Security Council demands the tests stop.
Well, all the eyes are on 8 tiny playing cards in the Goulds tonight. One of them, the Ace of Spades, and whoever picks it in the next couple of hours is going to become an instant multimillionaire.
We're going to go back to the community for one last check-in. That's in about 3 minutes. Stay with us. Welcome back once again. Of course, the clock is ticking. Ticket sales for the final Chase the Ace at St. Kevin's Parish Hall close in just over an hour.
Yeah, and soon after that, someone will get the chance to flip over one of 8 remaining cards and maybe win big. So let's check in again with Here and Now's Zach Gowdy, who's been live with us throughout the show. Zach, what's happening now?
Well, Ryan, I was sort of giving you a few of the gears here. I had to run and get my coat. Getting chilly out here.
Yeah, definitely. The northerly wind and the sun is setting, right? We're in the shade now, so definitely it's going to be a cool evening, but I think the tension will keep people warm.
You know, people had a lot of quilts and blankets and sleeping bags they were wrapped up in. I hope they hung on to those. But it's kind of fitting also as this finale of Chase the Ace also sort of symbolically closes the books on a really great summer here, hey?
Yeah, and you know what? That's a great point, because can you imagine if we had a terrible summer like we had a couple of years ago where every single Wednesday night you were getting poured rain on?
It's hard to imagine this in that kind of a year.
Exactly.
But now it's all over, but the last big show, one last thing to do, folks, and that is the big Chase the Ace grand finale this evening. Want to show you guys a little humble brag here. The big board up on the wall that CBC NL has brought out for the crowd. We've got this here for our Facebook Live broadcast, chiefly so that the big crowd out here in the field can actually see what's going on inside the hall, and that's for the very first time this week.
Yeah, that's amazing. And of course, you'll all be able to watch at home, which is great, from the comfort of your home.
Indeed.
And even from your mobile if you're in and amongst this area and need to get in.
Yeah, so for the last few weeks that we've been doing the Facebook Lives during the event, what's been happening is, as word is out about that now, as soon as the person with the number drawn runs inside to flip their card, everybody out here in the audience has been pulling out their phones and turning on Facebook and watching it, so people are actually looking down through the whole event. Now they can look up, so we're hoping that's going to make for a more exciting night out here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And of course we go live at 7:30, right? On the Facebook page.
Yeah, 7:30.
7:30. So
so just to talk through real quick how that's going to go down tonight. At 8 o'clock, they will stop selling tickets. A hard cutoff. I hope Anthony gets in with our money in time. I don't see him yet.
I don't see him yet either.
Fingers are still crossed. I'm gonna stay positive. He gets in under the wire. Then at 8:15 or so, they pull the 50-50. Again, the prize tonight, $425,000, and then it's on to the mega draw. 8 cards left in the deck. They will pull them one at a time, giving each person a chance to come up, flip their card. If they win the ace, of course, that's the jackpot. But if they don't, there are some consolation prizes all through the night. But here's where it gets really interesting, hey Ryan. It takes about a half an hour per draw of the card. So with 8 cards in the deck, we could be in for an early night or a very, very long night.
I'm fully anticipating that it's going to be the early morning overnight hours by the time I get home, because then everybody has to clear out of here, right? So if it goes till midnight and then we all have to get out of here, it's gonna be a long night.
You and I are going to be a long time for beds, but hey, that's why we get up in the morning anyway.
Absolutely.
All right, folks, thanks for sticking around with us. We really appreciate all the attention that this story has gotten throughout the summer, and tune in tonight for the big show. It's going to go out with a bang. It's happening on the CBC NL Facebook page at 7:30 Island time, 7 o'clock in most of Labrador. On behalf of the whole crew who've been out here all summer long, our deepest thanks, and hey, we hope you can stick around. One big show left, and it all happens in just over an hour. It couldn't be a more exciting story, folks. Hope you can join us.